I just finished watching Last Action Hero. I grew up watching action movies, science fiction movies, comedies, but I loved a good shoot 'em up. I loved a good Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. When I was a teenager, this movie came out in theaters, and I loved the premise. Kid goes into the movies literally. And I thought that was great. It was a fun movie. It was a funny movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger's self-deprecating humor was quite charming, and I loved the movie. Fast forward a few decades, and I'm watching this as a grown-ass man. It's not quite as good as I remember, however, it still has a lot of charm. My biggest problem with this movie is it was so close to being an epic masterpiece. Something that people just quote today, something that's full of memes online, something that's just revered as an iconic movie of its day. It just falls short of that into sort of a, it was pretty good purgatory where it remains now. Almost completely forgotten. The biggest problem with the movie is the tone inconsistencies. 1 minute, it's a complete slapstick comedy. The captain is yelling so loud, smoke is literally coming out of his ears. The dogs make like a little pyramid. There's a lot of slapstick jokes. In the next moment, there's existential dread. There's talk of divorce. There's a real-world home break-in where some drug addict handcuffs the kid to a toilet. Very tonally inconsistent. Too dark, too silly. They should have leaned into one direction or another. The two lanes that it tried to go down, and it sort of veered back and forth between both and didn't quite pick one. It should have been either a slapstick comedy like a Naked Gun movie, parody the action movie, or they go more into the adventure lane, make it like a Back to the Future type movie, where it has comedy to be sure, but its primary role is to thrill and to entertain. This movie hops back and forth too much, and its inconsistent tone prevents it from quite reaching greatness. Don't get me wrong, I think the movie is still great, and it's an often overlooked Arnold Schwarzenegger gem. Arnold Schwarzenegger is great in this movie. He plays it straight, he says ridiculous lines with a total straight face, and the dialogue amongst the other characters is great, and it's well written to lampoon action movies. They talk about somebody being killed who is the hero's favorite second cousin, making fun of the idea that sequels will oftentimes, reach kind of far to try to find some connection and some other thing. Oh, now it's this that's causing the hero to do the thing. And the banter between the characters in movie is actually really great because they're making fun of movies. It's an intentionally bad written movie in the movie, and I think that's really great. And a lot of the adventure is fun, the shootouts are fun, but it doesn't really commit fully to either thing, which holds the movie back. And the axe-wielding serial killer that gets loosed in the real world when he's holding our hero with the axe, the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger's son in the movie had died, that was tragic. Now, I understand what the writers were trying to do. They wanted to make the real world feel more real, so they put things in it like that home invasion, so the kid goes to a dumpy police station, so that he's shocked and surprised by how nice the police station is in the movie world. I get where they're coming from, but they could have done something similar without it being that unpleasant and that dark of a tone. Is anything really added by having the hero, the kid, to have his father having been killed? I guess it's so that Arnold could sort of step into the role as a father figure, but really, it's just too dark at times. It doesn't need to be. It's a fun adventure comedy movie. It doesn't need to go that dark. But when the humor lands, it really does, and it's a fun movie. It could have been chopped down by about 15-20 minutes. 2 hours and 10 minutes is too long for a movie like this. It should have been shortened, should have been tightened up. I think the script needed one more rewrite, and it could have been, an iconic movie right up there with Back to the Future, Men in Black, and movies that people remember. But this movie, just because it's okay, sort of forgotten. Let me know in the comments what you think. What is your opinion of Last Action Hero? I'd love to hear from you, and I'm open to suggestions. What movies would you like to hear me complain about next?